streets. So you would go to the public reception center, then that's where you would be processed. It's going to be different than the concentration camps of World War II because we basically are in an automated technocracy. They've got synthetic beings, they have robotics, they really don't need a large population base. So one of the reasons that I left the agencies is they have this plan that if you do not believe that the government is God, then you would go to one of these processing centers briefly. If you could be re-educated, they would do that, although there isn't much need for humans. You know, the globalists really are free to admit that there's no room for humans anymore. It's our duty to expire so that to make the planet, to atone for our sins, basically, of what we've done to the planet. And so you will basically be killed. And there are two different humane methods of killing. And one of those is gassing, and the other method is decapitation. And they've been doing all these experiments, decapitating thousands and thousands of mice, recording their brain waves, all of that, to justify decapitation as a humane method of euthanizing people.
You're talking like guillotines.
Guillotines, yes. And if you think that there's no evidence, so back in between 2000 and 2005, I collected a lot of military documents, such as, because they were really studying the issue of guillotines and how to build a better guillotine, this type of thing. So I have those documents.
So, just to translate this, are you saying that people, as they're facing starvation because of the collapse of the food supply, they'll turn themselves into the FEMA camps, they'll be processed, registered, probably, how do they run that on the streets?
So you would go to the public reception center, then that's where you would be processed. It's going to be different than the concentration camps of World War II because we basically are in an automated technocracy. They've got synthetic beings, they have robotics.
I want to start off by saying, Brakatha Yahweh.
I want to start off by saying, hey, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rahakadash, which in the Paleo Hebrew tongues, created as the Heavenly Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to your brothers living in this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and standing sure themselves approved. Now, as you just heard from a chick that used to be on board in one of those think tanks, like everything she's saying, it sounds crazy, but it's actually true. What she was telling you was all the diabolical plans that Esau plans to do, which is really what Yahweh Shah want to do. Because that's his way of setting out judgment. So how they're going to do this, what she's talking about, what she's part of, we're going to go look at this. Let's go get this. Where did this go? There it go. Operation Lockstep. So they got plans. They got things on the books. Y'all, Sharala. And check out, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to sit here right quick, let y'all read it, look through it. I'm going to sit here commentate a little bit on, they really did this. As you can see and read it on the phases, they really did that first phase. They really did that. They ran it. We all witnessed it with our own eyes. We ran into, now we're into like the second phase. They're running that game plan that's been set up, especially with all the 5G towers they got installed during the lockdowns. So we're in the second phase, and I know a lot of people that, done drunk some juice and they still, having problems. And even though they drunk some juice, still got problems, even though they drunk some orange juice. So that's true that happened. What's that? Phase 2. And then we're about to go into phase 3. And you can see what they're about to do during phase 3. They're about to hit, with something major, Yashra. They're about to do it. whichever one they decide to pick and use. Out of those, what was it? There's 3 of them. Because that's so we'll see which one they use. And then they're going to get some numbers, and they're going to run that lockdown situation again. But this time, like, way more draconian, way more strict, because this third phase is going to lead right into the beast system. It's going to go with the collapsing of the dollar, and it's going to bring in Esau, the system that he wants, in place to try to extend his rulership. He's trying to offset prophecy. He's trying to offset Yahweh Shai, what these devils is trying to do. And really all they doing is doing the work of Yahweh Bashu Yahweh Shai, because they're about to create a lot of death. This devil about to create a lot of death. So as you read that, I'm just holding it here so you can read, you know, that's a real thing. They ran that. And Rockefeller, they are one of the elite banking families that run the earth along with the Rothschilds. So this ain't no just made up, you know, type of thing. They really run it. Because they're like the Rothschilds run the European section and Rockefeller runs the Babylon the Great American section. So all these plans they just put in right there, they ran true. They ran it, you know, the way they wanted to run it. Using all their resources, which is, they got all the resources. So now, I'm gonna just hold it there. I might put that in the description box. But I just want to hold it there so you can read that and see that we're going into the third phase, you know, phase 3. And it's about to get real crazy in phase 3. Now, let's go to Revelation. Revelation 2 and 10. It reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have trouble with Salaki, ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So keyword said, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Now these prisons are full. So what they got set up now is these camps that they're gonna lock people down in. And like a good forerunner you can see on that is when you go look at China. China's doing a full-blown lockdown. They're fighting with their citizens. They're gonna try to do that over here as well in Babylon the Great America. Now what did Yahweh just tell us right there? He said, be faithful unto death. Because as that Edomite woman was talking, what's going to be inside those camps? Guillotines. You know, they were like, oh, you don't want to, you know, take the device? Off with your head. And they're going to run that scenario. A lot of, a couple, I ain't going to say a lot, a few people are going to be martyred for that. You know, because they're going to run that scenario. A lot of people are going to get cast into camps. They don't want to comply with what, you know, the system say. And you just see how they're going to do in phase 3. And then that's when they're going to land up in one of them, what the Most High called a prison. And the devil's going, what do you say? He's going to give you tribulation. He's going to try you. So we got to be faithful unto death. And Lord willing, we get that spiritual power and bust up out of there. And that's another cut to it. Say the devil should cast you into prison. So it ain't no red man with horns underground. No, man. The devil is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That's the devil. He's going to cast people into those camps, which are prisons, if you do not comply with his system. Like you said, if you don't look at the government as God, which really translates looking to Esau like God, they're going to deal with you. And it's a shame that the majority of our nation of people don't even know that, man. They look at Esau as he's something good. I'm like, man, I be looking at people like, how can you look at Esau as something good when all his works have been wicked? All of them. So before we get to that, where was that? Let's go to my page. Because I want to bring something out. Because I told you that, China is a forerunner for this system being up and running. You know, you just got Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum, who are they're spearheading this thing. And what he say? He said China would be a role model in the systematic transformation of the world, says Klaus Schwab. So they're looking at China to set the tempo, and then they're gonna like, okay, let's see how they did it, and then I'm gonna know how I'm gonna do my citizens. So this is a real thing, man. They're doing this, and we got to be prepared. We got to be locked in this truth, so that we can, fight the ways of the devil. Now, let's go back to the scriptures. I just wanted to show you that because I said that last lesson. I want to show you that, and that's Klaus Schwab. Look at that devil. He looked like a devil. Look like a dang Sith Lord or something. Look at him. They don't even look human to me. They look like little devils. And they running it in, man. So they're gonna use China as the role model. So you already know what they're gonna do. So let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go to Revelation 17:4. And check this out. It said, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, which are hoes, and abominations of the earth. All Esau do is abominable acts. And then 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So that was John the Revelator talking about when he seen this woman. Who's that woman he talking about? He talking about America. That's Babylon the Great. And what did she have? She martyred some of the believers. The blood, what did it say? The martyrs of Yahushua, blood of the saints in her hands. That's why this country is getting judged right now. And it's like they're not going to stop, man. So certain brothers, if that's your lot, that's your lot, I'm going to ride it out all the way to the end. So I don't know if that's going to be my lot or not. I feel like Yahushua will protect me. That's my faith, my belief. But, I'm going to go all out. I'm putting it all on the line for Yahushua. So that's how I'm going to run it. And you see what Babylon the Great going to do, like, they pretty much saying, off with your head if you don't take my device and comply with, my draconian and unrighteous decrees. That's how Esau running it. And a lot of Jake, they don't know what's going on. Because that's why a lot of Jake about to perish, because they don't know what's going on. They're going to, when this situation get bad, you know what they're going to do, Yasharala? They're going to run right to the FEMA camps. They're going to run right to the military and get snatched up, thinking that the military is for them. Thinking they got a portion in this country. Think they American, they free, and it's all about that, man. That's why I'm going to get this. I didn't have it written down, but it just pops up in my spirit. Because this is exactly why a lot of Israelites are going to receive judgment. Because of this precept right here, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt not be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Yahweh, I will also forget thy children. See that? For lack of knowledge. What knowledge? The knowledge of Yahweh Bashar Yahushua. That knowledge. They ain't got that. Because if you got that knowledge, you over here in the house of David, starting with the apostle elders, great millstone, you'll know what's going on. You ain't gonna run. We ain't gonna run to no FEMA camps, run to no troops, and be like, save me and give me some rations and all that. Nah, man, that's the enemy. We not know who our enemies are. A lot of Jake gonna perish because they don't know who their enemies are. They don't know who they are, and they don't know who their enemies are, and then they don't know what's going on. A lot of them gonna take the device. A lot of them are going to take the device when it rolls out because they ain't gonna know no better. They like, shoot, I'm about to do whatever Esau tell me to do, so I can keep living my life. And that, like, none of this piece of safety is vain. Putting your life in Esau's hands is vanity. Because if you get that device, yeah, you might eat and all of that, but what you gonna do when the thermonuclear missiles get shot off? Those mighty arrows shot from one end of the earth to the other. What you gonna do then? What good is that device in your body gonna do you then? So, and now with that device in your body, ain't no chariot gonna pick you up. So the devil got you. The devil got you. That easy. And that's because they had the knowledge to know not to even get that thing. Now, they heard it, but they didn't think we was serious though. Because they know about us. They heard the prophets. They just like, man, I don't want to hear that. Man, Esau say it's good, it's good. I'm about to get it. And that's why people about to be destroyed. For a lack of knowledge. But for us though, especially let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 124 and 7. And it reads, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped. How are we being escaped? Man, through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. That's how we get up out of these snares and these traps from these devils. And he hate that. And then he go, 8. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Woo, another cut. People telling the name don't matter. We don't know the name. Man, they just said our help is in the name of the Lord. Our help is where? In the name of the Lord. So how you gonna tell me we ain't got the name? The name don't matter when it told me my help is in the name of the Lord. So I need to quit listening to these old false pastors, man. These false prophets. They claim they Hebrew Israelites and they got the truth, man. No, they don't. It said our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. You know, so that right there, that's a very good comforting scripture right there. Because that's why I'm not worried about when they put their FEMA camps up and they crash it down and really got it going, man. Just said my help is in the name of the Lord. I know the name of the Lord. You all know the name of the Lord. Yahweh Shah. And if you been here for a minute, you know, listen to Brothers Great Millstone, you got the doctrine. You got the testimony. So with that, you got it all. That's the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Now you just waiting on Yahweh Shah to punch it, you know, and guarantee you in there, waiting on that chariot to pick us up. But other than that, we are definitely in phase 3 of Esau's plans. We are in that. So I just want to do a quick exhortation, let you know what time it is, that like it's time to really take this seriously. It's time to, you know, lock into this truth. Keep that upright conversation going, you know, with like-minded brothers and sisters. And keep, you know, spreading the word of Yahweh Shah, you know, for the people, the women, the men that's been helping hands. You know, continue to do what you're doing. Continue to, you know, keep the laws best your ability. And we need prayers. We need prayers up a lot. We can't get enough of those. Send them prayers up and get ready for a mighty deliverance. Because the Lord is about to deliver his hopeful elect. I can feel it. You can feel it, you know. This devil gonna try to put his hands on us, and that's when things gonna go bad for him. You know, these devils already done green-lighted robot soldiers in what's I want to say, California, little robot dogs with the guns on them. Like, this thing's about to get heavy. Ain't no more conspiracy theory talk. No. We spit conspiracy facts. Because these devils they got to roll out their diabolical plan. So with that, I hope this been edifying. I want to say Kwame Yasharala, detail about Bob, Shalom.